Councilmember Lev.
Welcome to our afternoon session of our commissioner meeting on May 12th. Next up on our agenda is an action item for some property tax exemption applications.
So we have two applications. They're both from the Richard Sabala Foundation, Inc. It's the ice rink and the parking garage in McCall. We are recommending a full exemption on both of these parcels under 63-602C.
Cool. I'll make a motion that we approve full exemption for the Sabala Richard Foundation Ice Rink, Inc. and parking garage.
Okay. Before we vote, I do have a question. So there was some conversation around the fact that they were doing birthday parties and that kind of stuff.
They did
All
not.
that's been resolved.
They did not start doing those until February of this year. So we always look at 2024 for the 2025 assessment year.
All right.
It's on Christie's radar. She did a lot of work on that with them, trying to get a hold of them, and
So next year.
yep, she will address it with them next year.
Okay, perfect. So it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Okay,
Yeah, two letters for us.
I'm happy to report that that was the last application.
Yay.
Yay!
Won't even have to have a BOE now.
Oh, I didn't say that. I can't believe you just said that.
We always hope.
These are the last two
Remember, these
letters
don't
you
have
to
anything to
sign.
do with BOE.
I know.
What do you think the
How you been, Sue?
new legislation on the hospitals is going to impact? You think it will?
I have not read it, so I'm
Anything
not
up there?
sure what it's gonna say. Do you?
I know what the legislation says. I just don't know how it's going to impact us up here. So
Is it still going to read basically that they have to apply every year, but then you guys have to approve it every year?
it doesn't say we have to approve it. They have to approve the point a little bit more. It does have to come in front of us. So I think there'll be a greater conversation
Oh.
moving forward. So.
So are they, you think they're going to amend 63-602D if it goes through?
I think that there will be some amendments. I don't know what that looks like yet.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see.
It'll just be, so the vetting process will, so right now, hospitals, what, they have to be nonprofit, that's about it, to apply, and other than that, the code basically says, yes, they have to apply every year, and yes, the commissioners will approve it if they're a nonprofit. So it's like, why have them apply every year? It's kind of was a point of confusion there for several years, and then
We'll have
finally.
to let Brian look at it and see how it impacts.
Wasn't St. Luke's and Boise again under a lawsuit about their 501c3 to see if it was relevant or if it was, I heard something that they were being, being challenged,
By,
state.
I don't know.
Like by Eda County saying that they shouldn't be exempt? Or,
Because I don't know where the line is where they say it's, and that's just what I was hearing as to where do you become 501c3 nonprofit and now you're for profit? You can't.
I'm not sure, it actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Yeah.
do. I actually feel uneasy. I don't understand it completely either. What makes them a nonprofit? Because for some people, it's like, good lord.
Well, it has to go back into their buildings, and there's new buildings all over the state, so
Oh, their
they
assets are
can't,
what?
they can't
It's
keep
amazing.
that profitability. They can pay their people more, they can pay their executives, they have to put it into buildings.
I was just asking a question. I didn't know if that was one
They
thing.
also have to get back to the communities, and that was one of the questions, is how they get back.
Maybe the Sunny Ridge factor test or something to that effect. Maybe they'll include something like that.
I don't know.
So, well, I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
all right, that's all I have for you guys.
Thank you
very
much. All right, we don't have anything then until we get a pickleball update at 1:15, so Clerk Miller, if you'll just mute us for a minute.
Madam Chairman, we're on again.
Welcome back to our afternoon session of May 12th. Next up is our Recreation Director, Larry Laxon, and it looks like you have some individuals.
Gotta be these two, right?
All right, come on up, ladies.
Hi, I'm Denise Sabona. I'm the, I guess new, it's been a year now, president of Valley County Pickleball. So thank you. It's nice to see you all. I'm here with our vice president, Brandy Porter. I appreciate all your time today. We just wanted to give you an update of where we are. Believe me, as soon as the sun was out and the courts were dry, nets were up, bleachers are up, and those courts are being used as we speak. We've got a lot of activity going on. Just to give you some highlights of what the summer will look like, we're going to start some programming and some events coming up starting in June. We're going to be putting together a community kids program. Some sessions will be a parent and kid together, and we'll have those a couple of times, once or twice a week in the beginning, starting, that'll be starting in July, not in June. And then we'll have another week where we'll just have kids of different age brackets coming. So our club will be conducting those free for the community. We're also going to be conducting once a month a pickleball one-on-one community program, which will be free to everybody, and we'll kind of get the word out to get folks from Valley County up and learning how to play pickleball. So we're excited about that. The courts are also used for a Tuesday morning ladies group that's done weekly. We're also going to be providing free round robins once a week for different folks to come out and play. And then we hold our our McCall Splash tournament, which is a big fundraiser tournament, as I had mentioned last time I was here, that we hold that in June and then in September, and that's a big fundraiser for us. Thanks, Deb. Then we're also going to do some Friday night mixers out there starting at 4 o'clock and make them kind of fun. Come out, play pickleball at 4. We'll play for a couple hours and have it like a potluck, and people can bring their families out. And so all those programs are really looking to kick off in June. The other thing that the club has done is we've redesigned our entire website to make it very user-friendly, so it's available all over. It also shows all the different places to play within Valley County, not just the Lake Fork courts. It's easy for people to sign up and renew their membership for VCPC. It's going to have a link to have real-time view of the schedule, so people can look and say, oh, there's a clinic going on that's using these 3 courts, so I know these other courts are available. And it'll provide information about upcoming project or activities or events that's going to be occurring. So we're really excited about that website. The other thing that we're doing is we're launching an ambassador program out there. So club members will be wearing probably, I think they decided on a hat. And what that says, and we'll put a sign up and make sure that people know about it. Anybody from the public or anybody that comes out that's like, how do you use the courts? How do you rotate in? How do I get a parking pass? That those ambassadors are willing to stop, help those folks, give them direction, give them information, and bring them kind of in and invite them in. So we're really excited about launching that program. We've got about 6 or 8 ambassadors right now, and I think once people go out there and see them, they'll say, oh, I'll do that. So we're excited about kicking that off. The schedule that you'll see, go to the next slide. This is just an example of what those activities would look like for a given month. This is an example. We are moving those kids clinics to July, and I do want to mention we are meeting with the contractor who did the courts. We are not happy with the final result. Therefore, we have held a portion of their payment. The surfacing, the foundation is all good and solid. It's the surface and some of the painting that we're not happy with, that we don't want them off the hook until it's completely done and it's at a really high level, quality level. We've talked to them, Sun Courts and Dave Pauline Frank has been working with him. They knew about this last fall, and we made a decision because of the weather was changing that they will come out the last week of May. David is committed to doing that. He will be looking at it, and they will go and resurface the courts. So that first week in June, we're going to kind of leave and not do a lot of programmed events that week because they will take probably 5 to 7 days to resurface those courts, get them painted, let them cure before we can use. So I just want to let you guys know that those courts will be unavailable for a week. Either the last week in May or the first week in June is what we've got targeted. And we'll make sure that there's signs up and we've got information out there to the public about those courts.
Is it all the courts?
It'll be all, we're just going to have them do all of them.
All of them?
Not all the courts are affected, but I don't want them to do a patch job. So it's like, come out here, do them all. It's just, they think 2 coats of resurfacing and repainting, and we think we can fix the problem. There's some small little cracks that we don't want to get worse, and there's a little bit of dipping you can see when there's a lot of water out there. So we want them to make it better. We want them to fix it and have it be perfect before they leave, so we're not starting with any known issues.
Cool.
So, let's see. And the last thing that I want to add is a lot of members have, and members of the board, there's interest in putting a practice wall out there. There's a lot of folks that are coming out. Some are actually have some disabilities and they're not always out there playing, but they want to be able to kind of get some exercise and use a practice wall. So the board is looking at, on one of the far courts, on one of the existing fences, putting in a practice wall that's really a backboard, painted in green probably with a white line on it, that can be used when nobody's using that court. We want to make sure it's done right, it looks good, it's not an eyesore out there, and that'll be something that we can offer the community as well out there.
Does that change the dynamic as far as how neighbors would be impacted with sound?
No, because it's, I mean, I know it's kind of, but I don't think that it's any more than is already taking place out there. So I don't think the sound would be an issue. We want to make sure that folks know, we're going to make sure that we have it posted and people are aware. If all the courts are filled, we don't want to have one person on one part of the court just sitting using the backboard. That if people are waiting, that court needs to be relinquished so players can play on the court. But we're going to try it. And with everything that we're doing, we're kind of waiting and seeing, right? Let's take a look, monitor it, make improvements. And so if it seems to be an issue, then we'll take it down. But that's going to be something we're working on. We're just making sure that it's cost effective and it's going to look right.
Aren't those wiffle balls? What are the balls made of?
They're like a wiffle ball. Yeah, the pickleballs. I don't know what they're made of. They're at some.
I've never played the game, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a wiffle ball. Yeah,
One of your neighbors, so it'll be him that complains if
Yeah.
there's noise.
So,
Has have you heard any?
deal.
We haven't gotten any complaints.
Nah,
No, we
there's
haven't
not.
Okay. And we do have an email site set up for people to ask questions, submit issues or complaints or whatever. And we have not heard anybody so far talking about that.
And if you have noise problem with backboard, you just glue some 1.5" solid core foam board to the back of it.
Yeah.
It'll just kill that sound.
Yep. So we're just making sure it's the right one before we go in and install it. Any questions?
Oh,
Better
Right.
better be careful. I might pull you in on our board or in our club, and you've got some great ideas. That was all we had. We just wanted to really kind of let you know, one, thank you for your partnership. It's really noted and very much appreciated. The courts are a huge success. Any visitors we get out there or just other people that are not members coming and like these are great courts and so we'll be looking to get more benches out there, kind of try to get rid of some of the dust or some of the improvements that we're looking at. But so far, it's a big hit.
We knew it would be. We did take a political hit to give you
I
guys
know you
these
did, and
funds.
I really, and that's why we
But-
really are going to be reaching out to the community and making sure that, they're getting a lot of use and people come out there and know how much fun it can be.
Got a question for Larry.
Trouble again.
I'm gonna step off to the side.
Still, what are you talking about again? Still,
When she's talking about dust, and I know the trucks roll in and out of there, is there any way to oil that road, a section of that road there, so they don't have so much dust? Or is the county allowed to do that?
So, ask me the question one more time.
Oil in the road,
Yes, and we already have over $7,500 that we've collected. We're going to oil it 3, maybe 4 times this year. We're going to do it at the same time when road department has that guy come up to keep the things down. And as far as sound, you know, we could always put some trees up on that one border, make it really fancy.
mm-hmm.
But right now, yes, we are going to knock the dust down. It came early. I was going to have somebody go in there. We won't need it till the end of May.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dusty right
It's
now.
dusty right now.
Yeah.
Everything is.
I might see the CUP and send a look for any conditions. Does the contractor that's back there have to do anything?
Okay.
That's normally put on the backs of the contractor to do something. So see if there was something put in that conditional use permit. Only thought I would have.
I think I've got it downstairs anyway. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Yeah, dust abatement. I'm with you.
Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Any final questions?
Congratulations. I think this was resounding success as a community and public partnership.
Great.
Yeah.
We look forward to
Public-private.
continuing that partnership for many years to come.
Yeah,
Love to see someday that become a larger area for basically, outdoor recreation, that type of thing, but
Yeah.
not gonna happen.
Indoor as well.
Or-
Not right now.
It'd be great
And
to
that would be-
cover them a little bit too for indoor and have those accessible in the wintertime.
Oh.
Amazing.
But thank you. I appreciate the time.
Great, thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
in, ladies. Good seeing you, Brandy.
Nice to see you, Sherry.
All right, let's see. Up next, we don't have anything until 2:00, so Clerk Miller, if you